Hey everyone, it's Stacy with Real Life Psychology and Life Coaching. And I know it's been a minute, but I've been going through a lot of retreats, a lot of refreshes, a lot of new experiences, and I want to be able to share those with you. So I kind of took some time to meditate, pray on them. I got a new position where I'm life coaching, and so it is inspirational. But I definitely wanted to reach out and start making my videos again to where I'm sharing those experiences. So we are going to talk about how we talk to people, which is our language that we use, our body posture, and our tone. So are you ready to have a seat on the couch? All right, let's do it. So we have all heard that saying, or many of us have heard that saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And a lot of times it goes in one ear and out the other because people are speaking about things and, they just don't realize other people are interpreting what they say in a certain way. And it's not based off of your intentions, it's based off of actually how you're saying it. I have a big problem with that because I'm a very direct person. And so when I'm saying something, I may be like, hey, can you move your feet? That can sound rude. Instead of me saying, hey, I want to sit down, can you move your feet? That may sound a little bit better, but you really can't justify how other people perceive things. If someone comes to me and they say something and I take it as rude, that's just how I took it. You can't, your intentions on what you're trying to get across is not what matters. It's how someone perceives it. So we cannot control that, right? So here's what you have to practice. You have to practice saying things in a way that you would want them to be said to you, in a way that you would react nicely if they were said to you without feeling like somebody's disrespecting you or being rude or being ungenuine. So at the end of the day, your tone is a big factor in how people receive what you're saying. And if you are an aggressive person by nature, you have to adjust it. You may not feel like it's aggressive, but other people may take it that way. So you have to work on that in order to get your point across in a way where it is aligning with what you're trying to do. And when I say align, that means you're trying to get something across in a way where people perceive it in a non-disrespectful way. So the second one is posture. Posture has a big effect on what people perceive you as saying. And I know some people are probably like, well, I can't help how people perceive what I'm saying, and I could just say it how I say it. And that's probably the biggest problem right there, because you have to understand that everybody is not raised the same. Everybody does not have the same values, doesn't have the same morals, doesn't have the same parenting, doesn't have the same background, doesn't have the same religion, doesn't have the same peer groups. So you have to understand that the way you speak and the people that in your immediate group may understand, everybody else may not understand that. Your coworkers may not understand the aggressive talk or even the passive talk. Like, say you're a team leader or you're a manager and you're talking to people, but you're like, oh guys, I really need you to get these done by 2 p.m. Okay. They may I'll get it done when I get it done. You have to speak how you want it to be perceived. And I know that sounds weird, but when your body language is aligning with your tone, then you are giving people exactly what you want them to feel and what you want them to relate to. And the last one is language. Now, this one is very tricky because some people talk very professional at work and then they let loose when they're home. And so back and forth, you kind of know how to play it. But I have been around people where I'm out at a restaurant and we're eating and they're like talking to the waiter and like they would talk to somebody at home, and in a sense to where they're cussing or being disrespectful, and I feel uncomfortable. So I know if I'm uncomfortable, I know the waiter feels uncomfortable, and that may be your genuine tone, but you have to work on that. Your posture, what you say and how you say it, and the language you use all plays a big factor. So for example, if I'm at a restaurant and I mean no harm, but my waiter comes and she's like, are you ready to order? I'm like, dang, I ain't even looked at the menu yet. That is disrespectful. I'm going to take it disrespectful if I was a waiter. So you can change that up by saying, can you give me a moment? I haven't really looked at the menu yet. They're going to respect that way more than the first one. So there's the tone in which you say it, there's the body posture and the gestures that you use when you're saying it, and it's also the language you use. Because I've actually been out with someone who's actually cussed at a waiter. I was so embarrassed. I apologize so many times because I feel like it's not their fault that you're having a bad day and you choose to come into their restaurant and eat. So now you want to be rude and disrespectful because you didn't plan accordingly to how your day should go. No, you don't do that. So at the end of the day, even language matters. So I didn't cuss in that, but if I was to say bleep, 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 give me a few more minutes, disrespectful. And you have to be able to distinguish how to use certain things with certain people in order to be relatable, in order to get your point across, and in order to not have those disrespectful moments. So here's the deal. If you want respect in how people talk to you, you have to give that same respect. That includes the body language. That includes the tone. That includes the actual language you use when speaking to people. Overall, if you are conscious of how you are putting yourself out there to other people, you will start seeing a change in how people talk to you and how people address you and how people respond to you. So here's the thing. I actually sent a text out to a lot of my family over the week. Probably, I think it was like maybe Thursday night, and was like, hey, I need to talk to you. Are you available on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Most people in that group were like, what's wrong? What happened? What did I do now? And I'm like, wait a minute. So when I send a message saying I got to talk to you, you're thinking it's negative. And that's not the type of person I want to be portrayed as. That's not the type of person I want to, that's not the tone I want to give. And I know text is tricky, but, it was, in my opinion, very nice. But, that also has a lot to do with factors in how you deal with people. But again, when you are being portrayed a way, or you're being received a certain way, you have to start taking a step back and looking at yourself a little bit and being cautious of that and taking initiative to make changes where they're due. So I hope in some kind of way this video has helped you guys, because I really feel like when you are respectful and speak to people in a certain language, including body language, including the words that you choose, it makes a big impact on your relationships. And I feel like people in today's society are throwing relationships by the wayside because they don't want to take a look in the mirror at themselves. So think about that when you are having a conversation with someone and it turns into an arguing match, or it turns into something that you didn't even plan for it to be, because you were genuinely just either giving an opinion or asking for something or correcting something. So have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and get ready for so many more, because I am on fire. I am so ready to share with you guys and motivate and inspire. Have a wonderful day. Bye.